Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2. You are watching the Rapture Gaming League and we are gonna see one game for this league today. A game in the group stages and a game that can pull Impervious out of the slumps. Because Impervious right now is actually at the bottom of the list. They are number 7 in a team of 7. It's not somewhere where you want to be because number 7 is the only one that doesn't make it out of the group stages because only the first 6 will get seeded into the playoff brackets. MUFC is looking pretty solid to be doing that for now. Of course, there's still quite a few matches to be played, so anything can still happen. But it's looking pretty good. And MUFC is sitting on a 50-50 win-loss ratio, so they are having 8 games played, 4 games won, 4 games lost. Well, Impervious is sitting on 8 games played as well, but they've only won 2 of those and 6 are lost. So if they win this one, they will be still on the bottom place, but they will be having a shared bottom place together with Mineski rather than just being at the bottom of the list regardless. So we're going to see them try hard to win. Of course, same goes also for MUFC because they just want to get that extra win in. The difference between MUFC and the one above them is actually quite big. Above them is Titan and they have got 7 wins compared to the 4 wins that MUFC has. So the difference is indeed, as said, quite big. As Impervious will be on the dire side here, while we see MUFC on the Radiant side. Also for people wondering who is who, I'll go over everybody like when we're in the game still as well, but I just wanted to give you a heads up that l'hiver is actually winter because it's winter spelled in French. DDSSA is actually too fucking good. It's the only time I'm gonna say it that way. The rest is gonna be TFG. And 22 is actually Ling, and of course we know Yamate, who's using his real name initials, and Sharky as well, playing for MUFC here. So let's take a look at what these teams are having in mind for each other, because the OD made it through the first banning phase, with the Naga, Nyx, Barrider, and Alchemist banned out, but the OD first pick for Impervious, instant reply for counter for OD with a Razor from MUFC, and they pick up an Elder Titan as well. We've seen a lot of Elder Titans lately. They have try to make a big impact and sometimes more successful than others. You normally do need something that it can combine up with, something that you can set up for, or something like that. For example, Naga Siren, Elder Titan is a very strong one to have, and for a reason, of course. You can set up a song into a Stomp or a song into a Earth Splitter, and it's very strong. But so far, combination between Razor and Elder Titan, not necessarily extremely big. I guess Elder Titan works together with well, with a lot of heroes that have just, you know, agility carries, I should say. Purely because you can remove the armor, so that all the damage being done is doing all the damage that it should be doing. So OD picked up by Impervious, a strong mid laner, but I'm kind of thinking like they picked it up first, and I don't blame them for it because it's a strong hero, but instantly there's already a counter for it on the map. I'm kind of thinking that Impervious is going to try to dodge that Razor OD lane, but we'll see about that when we're actually heading on to the lane. Enchantress picked up by Impervious, so already very early on revealing that they are going to have an aggressive jungler, and it's not saying that they are actually going to run in the opponent's jungler, but Enchantress is considered aggressive jungler because compared to the Chen, she brings more early game. She can have more creeps. She can have a bigger impact on the lanes, on the laning stages, and perhaps even if she gets lucky, has a Harpy Stormcaller and can win mid for the OD, even if there's a Razor on that side. Impervious, they ban out the Lifestealer as well as the Weaver. 2 heroes that go very well together with the Razor, purely because you want to have that duo carry combination, and you want to be able to have the dual carry that it makes. You want to be having one that comes online around the 20-minute mark, and both Lifestealer and Weaver can do that, depending on which lane they're going to be in. We're going to have 2 offlaners banned out by MUFC, both the Darkseer and the Nature's Prophet removed from the pool. Still having quite a few offlaners in there though, but of course these offlaners are offlaners that can rotate into the jungle and still be doing okay.
10 seconds.
And they can mess up the lane real bad for the safe lane as well.
5 seconds remaining.
Chen picked up now for MUFC, so they're going to be countering fire with fire, or at least, you know, Enchantress, jungler with creep versus Chen jungler with creep. I already told you the difference, the main difference. Enchantress should be able to be more aggressive than the Chen will be. We'll see if that's indeed going to be the case. And also, I mean, Enchantress, if there is an aggressive trial lane with an Enchantress there, Enchantress is actually a hero that people can use for an aggressive trial lane. If Enchantress finds Chen in the jungle, Enchantress wins. It's very simple.
10 seconds remaining.
And that's something that Impervious can use to their advantage. Because with the Rubik there as well, Rubik is considered one of the supports that can have it all. I mean, not because he can steal every spell, but because he can be and a safe support. So support in the safe lane where he supports a carry that just wants to be left alone and wants to farm. So you can, if your carry is getting initiated upon, you can telekinesis and drop the target down and on the other side of something, and you know, just have overall giving your carry a safer lane. But Rubik also is very good for initiating because he can pick someone up and drop him back closer towards your allied hero so that they can take him down if they're, for example, melee carries. But Rubik overall can do it both. I love the Vengeful Spirit pickup. The Vengeful Spirit pickup, it's a support that's considered one of the most successful roamers of all the supports. And with roamers, I just mean, I don't know, gankers early on. Would have worked well together with Enchantress as well, but together with the Chen, I think that makes up for the,
10 seconds remaining.
well, the Enchantress early game aggression possibilities. I think Chen and Vengeful Spirit can be just as aggressive. And on top of that, so far, they've only got heroes that are able to do well by themselves as well. Elder Titan, we've seen him on every single lane before. We've seen him on the off lane, we've seen him in the mid, we've seen him on the safe lane. And he can just be by himself. Razor, same story. So, Vengeful Spirit and Chen, depending on what that last pickup is going to be, of course. These two are going to be allowed to roam around as much as they want to. I hope. Because that's going to be, of course, the most enjoyable thing to watch. Troll Warlord for Impervious picked up. I love Troll in combination with the Enchantress, because Enchantress, if she gets a lot of farm later on in the game, she'll get an Aghanims, and you know, if she's really happy, she gets herself a Mask of Madness. Troll gives Battle Trance, which is basically a built-in Mask of Madness, without the downsides, of course. So it's a very good opportunity for allowing Enchantress to be a bit more of a semi-carry that she sometimes can turn into. And just overall a strong hero, and again a hero that we're used to seeing on all kinds of lanes. We've seen him solo, we've seen him on the safe lane. Haven't really seen him on the off lane, by the way, but we'll see what they do with it. Another off laner banned by MUFC. Clockwork got removed, and a carry removed from the pool by MUFC, by Impervious, because MUFC, I already said that, I mean, they kind of need something to combine up with that Elder Titan, and so far, well, I guess the static link goes through the stomp, so that's good. It just allows your static link to suck damage away a little bit longer, but for example, a call down would have been a nice thing to set up for. Well, that's not going to happen anymore right now.
10 seconds.
And it looks like Impervious is expecting to be seeing the Razor mid, Elder Titan offlane, and then still having a carry together with the Vengeful Spirit and the Chen. There's still a lot of carries in the pool. It really depends on how long they think this game is going to last and how fast they want to come online. And they're going to go for the Juggernaut in the end, so that's going to be a fairly fast online coming hero, or at least not really in terms of items, but he can contribute a lot, and he has an escape mechanism and a heal. He's a Blade Fury and a healing ward. That's a hero that can be by himself once he gets his level 3. That's a hero that's going to allow his supports to be a bit more aggressive. I love that. I really do. I'm gonna really hope that they are gonna be able to make that work, because Impervious is taking their time. They still have got 1.5 minutes left in their bonus time though, so they're all good. No rush. Can decide whatever they want to. And so far, in terms of lanes, I wouldn't be surprised to see them putting the Troll mid just up against the Razor. It's not gonna be an easier lane for Troll than it is for OD, but it's gonna be allowing OD to farm more, I think, than the Troll would. And just put OD on the safe lane and then still get an offlaner. But they have got a squad that needs to be able to fight fairly early on, because if this game goes on real late, the sustainability coming off from MUFC, and I'm not talking about just the healing ward, but also of course the Hand of God, and the fact that Elder Titan can, you know, at some point hopefully for him stomp to maybe disengage or maybe engage. Impervious is going to be a little bit behind in terms of that. And also I think behind a bit in terms of team fights. So perhaps they want to have a bit of a team fighting offlaner. Or just put someone else still in the jungle. It's going to be a bit crowded there though. Because they kind of, with an Enchantress picked up, They kind of locked out the possibility, or not completely locked out because it is possible to dual jungle, but they did kind of hurt themselves. They would hurt themselves if they go for something like an Enigma. Still have the Timbersaw in the pool, by the way, if you want to go for some sturdy offlaners.
5 seconds remaining.
No, we'll see which one they go for. It's a Bounty Hunter, so it's a standard offlane, nothing special. And the Bounty Hunter will be the hero that they're going to use. And that also reeks to more aggressive mid-game, because of course you want to get those kills going. You want to trade kills and actually get the kills with track on and get ahead that way. We'll see how that goes. I'm really looking forward to seeing an aggressive Vengeful Spirit though. That's basically my hope. It's gonna be all I want to see. It's gonna be also interesting to see how they distribute your lanes, considering they're playing with some stand-ins. For MUFC, that is. I think for Impervious is looking pretty solid. Same way they normally do it. Brave Blue offlane, yeah. We're waiting for Winter to pick up his hero and then we're gonna go. We're gonna jump ourselves into the game. There we go. So let's take a look at who's playing where and what and how. And who's gonna do what. So we have got, first of all, we've got ourselves a game for the Rapture Gaming League. Once again, this is a group stage match. It's only best of 1. So 1 game between these 2 teams, and Impervious, they are at the moment on the bottom of the list of all the 7 teams in the group, and they want to have that win to share that bottom place together with Mineski, rather than just being on the bottom place by themselves. And on the other side we have got ourselves MUFC, who wants to get ahead because they want to join the top 4 of the bunch and not just be well, actually I think they're 4th. Top 3 of the bunch. There we go. Of course, also before I introduce the teams, I will also introduce to you our statsman, because as you've already probably seen in the chat, Nahaz has been asking you some questions for trivias and for perhaps some quests, polls, all that jazz. He's of course in the game client as well. You can follow him on @NahazDota on Twitter. Make sure you do that, and of course enjoy his stats throughout the game. Let's take a look at who is playing what. We've got 22, who is actually Ling, and he'll be playing his Chen. And look at that, picked up dust, picked up sentry wards, and especially the dust is of great importance here, because normally if you're a bounty hunter, you're gonna be going invisible, and you're gonna hope that your shield allows you time to walk away from the sentry ward that your enemy would have bought. The enemy almost buys sentries, but the dust here is important because it slows you down and it might actually award you with a kill. I think it should actually. He did give the words to the Venge, yeah. So the Venge is actually TFG. DDSSA is TFG, so he'll play the Vengeful Spirit. Sharky will take on the role of the Juggernaut, will be carrying on this bottom lane, trying to farm up as much as he can. In the middle lane we have got Yamate playing the Razor, of course having his initials still as his name, in order to do a good job at harassing the troll away. Does mean that we're gonna see the OD on the safe lane. OD will be up against Winter. Winter will be playing the off lane here. Winter will be playing the Elder Titan, ET, or as some people still call him, Tauren Chieftain, so TC, but I will call him Winter or Elder Titan. So that's everybody of MUFC. Let's take a look at Impervious, because we do, as said, have an OD here on the safe lane. He's gonna be played by Insidious C. And he should be having a good time here. He can't really get harassed too much by the spirits of Winter, because, I mean, he'll just burn away that mana just very fast. So, it's gonna be an okay lane for him. In the meantime, we also have got a support around there. Kyo, he'll play the Rubik, getting harassed quite a bit here. Has to be kind of careful, as Bounty Hunter is looking to steal some of the creeps of Ling. Bounty Hunter, of course, played by Rave Blue, the off-laner for Impervious, and takes 2 of the small creeps from the Chen, which is a pretty big deal actually. In the meantime, that's your first blood right there. Razor getting killed off by Ninja Boogie. Ninja Boogie playing the Troll Warlord. Whirling Axis is the one to do it, and yeah, I'm expecting still to see this one getting nerfed. I mentioned it during the draft. I mentioned it with the Enchantress. It's easier to have an impact on the lane, to send a creep mid to help you out. Yeah, that's the Harpy Stormcrafter stop right there. Make a difference mid, and he definitely made a difference mid. I mean, Enchantress even got an assist on that kill, so go figure. In the meantime, on the Ninja Boogie, on the Enchantress, that's the last one. Enchantress is actually played by El Smurf, but right now he's going under the name of NYNC. And that's everybody of Impervious as well. As we're seeing Sharky just getting some creeps here in the bottom lane. Wraith Blue still getting some experience though, so he's going to be happy that he's allowed to stick around, and he is now level 2. So one of the things that we have to look out for Impervious, they have of course got that hero that when he reaches level 6, he wants to try and make kills happen, he wants to try and make ganks happen. That's a Bounty Hunter, that's what he's there for. He wants to make track kills happen. Winter having some boots for himself already. Not getting harassed as much by the Astral Imprisonments anymore by Insidious. Apparently Insidious not quite comfortable getting too close in. And another... Are they actually constantly exchanging harpies, or did he just get lucky and find another one? Because that's really lucky if you get them. Sometimes entire games go past while Chen and Enchantress are not able to get any of the harpies. Purely because they're not there. Look at that harassment, by the way. Yamate already forced to pop us off. He has got, of course, boots. Helps him to get in range of the... Oh, close. Of the, well, with the Static Link, so that Ninja Boogie kind of can't run away. We have got a gank set up, by the way. We have got Kyo with a smoke up sitting around there, and also a smoked up Enchantress sitting in the mid lane. I don't think that Yamate is gonna come close, though. He's being very careful right now, and he's actually backing off the base. In the meantime, we have a push going on in the bottom lane. Something that you can do with Chen, of course, as well, is just push. If you can't get yourself a Harpy Stormcrafter, then at least you can push with your Tornado Creep. But yeah, there's quite a good push, of course. There was Healing Ward helping out as well, Healing Ward level 1. Bounty Hunter not harassed away, but he does not have any mana left. So if he is gonna be under attack, if he is gonna get stunned up, he can't escape an invis, so he has to be real careful there as the tower goes down. And that's gonna be Juggernaut with an extra bag of gold. And, of course, gold for everybody. In the meantime, Winter is having some trouble. He's trying to get away from this place, but I'm not sure if he can. Astral Imprisonment will hold him in. Ink also comes here, so we'll have a clap. One more hit needed. Can they get him? No, they can't. No regen left for Winter. He's running. One more hit. That's gonna be doing the job. Hello, Haste Rune Kyo. Coming in just in the nick of time. Elder Titan getting dropped. In the meantime, the push on the bottom lane continues. Well, it's gonna be 2-0 for Impervious, of course. MUFC takes it back slightly by making sure they also... Oh, wait a second, that Bounty Hunter. No, he's fine. He's still getting dusted up, though. They know where he is. Do they have a stun? Yes, they do. Do they have something more? Blade Fury up again in a second. That Test of Faith, real painful. And Bounty Hunter does not make it over to Ling. He tried to go for Janana, seeing if he can maybe get a kill before getting killed off himself. But he cannot do that. And goes down himself. Test of Faith, proven too strong. And the push continues on the tier 2 tower. In the meantime, on the top lane, we have got Winter still making the life of the OD a bit tricky. I mean, OD is sitting on 32 to 16, which is definitely not bad at all. But considering that Sharky has actually been getting tower last hits and has been in a push as well, sorry, in a kill, it's not all that good. Tower does not get denied, and that's going to be Sharky running himself out. Stun still hits up on Wraith Blue. Sharky, Healing Ward no longer there. Does he have any other regen? He has got a Tangle, which is eating, and he should be making it out alive of this one. And that's going to be it. Invis Rune taken by Winter. He's now level 5. 13 last hits for him, but Levels is the one that we should be watching. Levels compared to the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter who is level 4. So in a way, it is MUFC that is ahead on that one, as we have 3 heroes coming in the mid lane. Ninja Boogie might be in some trouble. Because Winter's standing around here. 1 hit, 1 spirit. Should be doing the job. The clap, not gonna hit because the telekinesis made sure that he couldn't finish that cast. And that's gonna be Ninja Boogie making it out alive. For Winter, I'm not sure if we can say the same. He goes for Kyo, actually. He might be able to just punch him to death. In the meantime, Razor will chase down the Enchantress. 1 more hit, and Yamate will get himself a kill. Needs a vision, finds the vision. In the meantime, Kyo still running. Ninja Boogie tried to save him. Winter, in the end, the one to get picked up and drop back down. And that's gonna be allowing both Kyo and Ninja Boogie to live. But at least they get themselves an Enchantress. And in the meantime, on the bottom lane, Bounty Hunter goes down to the Juggernaut. And that was not a solo kill, but it was Sharky that picked up the last hit for this one, so he is now definitely ahead. And we see that also in the net worth. 2 towers do help that case for sure, but it's a pretty scary thing to be seeing if you are Impervious. As we have 4 people in the mid. Ninja Bookie might be some trouble. In comes the magic missile. But the Razor was already back home. Got sent back home by the Chen. They didn't want to risk him. Sharky coming in. He's got an Omni Slash. Wraith Blue sees him though. Wraith Blue is still level 5. In comes the test of face. Ninja Boogie just gets dropped right there. No chance for him at all. Kinda walking into his death, maybe underestimating the amount of heroes that were standing here from MUFC. I mean, Sharky didn't even need to lift a finger. And he got himself some expense. It means MOD is getting left to his devices. I mean, he was delayed slightly. He is building towards a mechanism still. And I think that MUFC knows that right now, if he comes, he's free food. And if he doesn't come, well, that's going to make the fights even easier for MUFC. They are having the board right now. This is their stadium. And the only reason for that is that Bounty Hunter is not yet level 6, so they can't even exchange kills yet. Like, even if they would right now lose a fight or, you know, exchange kills, even if it wasn't in their favor, they would get track kills out of that, but they can't even get that one. Venge, what are you doing there? Making Insidious believe that he's not by himself. I mean, he was maybe close by the Chen, but a bit too far away to make anything happen. I mean, he's not going to be your best savior right there. He's not even level 6 yet. He has got mana boots though, and he will be forced away soon once he realizes that there are so many people from Impervious coming to defend their tier 1 top. I mean, MUFC at this point have taken on a very predictable pattern. Take out the tier 1, tier 2 tower bottom, rotate mid, take out tier 2 there. Nice counter ward. Omni Slash, wow, that's already Kyo dead. In comes the magic missile. Ninja Boogie wanted to go for, well, wanted to go for something. Now he can't no longer. He dies. Another kill going away of MUFC. They take down the Enchantress. They're looking for more. Magic missile gets dodged, which is nice. Wraith Blue might be able to kill off Sharky. Sharky taking a lot of harassment here. Will get dropped by the tower in the end, but they do take down both OD and Bounty Hunter with them, and that is gonna make it a team wipe because of course Kyo was the first one to die in this. MUFC trading 4-5, and I don't even think that was a track kill, so that was a bit of a
Radiant's courier has been killed.
sad ordeal. Where was that Radiant courier? Everybody was dead. Seriously? It was getting attacked by creeps. Neutrals killed the Radiant courier. Who knew? Well, that's gonna be a tower dead. As said, predictable pattern. Take down all the towers, get your advantages. Now, we've seen a lot of teams do this kind of thing. Take your outer towers, or your enemy's outer towers, obviously. And then, you know, get your gold advantage up, and then try to capitalize from that advantage to try and end the game, try to go high ground. And that is normally a part where things go wrong for a lot of teams. Ooh, Ninja Boogie has to be careful here. In comes a Stomp, Vengeful Spirit, might be in some trouble here, has still got a magic missile. Nope, no magic missile for him. Impetus comes out from the Enchantress. Telekinesis comes out as well. Yamate will get sent back home. Kept safe, and this is a brilliant stomp coming off from Winter right there. 3-man stomp, allowing everybody from MUFC to back themselves off into safety. In the meantime, Sharky is still getting farm on the bottom lane. But yeah, making gold advantages, turning it into high ground is not something that's very easy, as Chen apparently did not get the memo about backing off. Gets picked off by Bounty Hunter. Those kind of kills you can't allow to happen. It's just, it shouldn't happen. Track kills are right now the undoing of MUFC in this game. And now, yeah, well, that happened. And I think that can happen every single time that Kyo is going to be by himself. Kyo is still level 5. He's the only one that's not level 6 just yet, and even though all the other supports are not that high level either, I mean, that's a bit scary. Although once he gets level 6, he's gonna be able to steal as much spells as he can, so it's gonna be still making him as important as he wants to be, as maybe Wraith Blue wants to go for some more tracks. I mean, right now, Impervious rather, they don't know, I think they know that they cannot fight right now, not 5-on-5 anyway. So they have to get it from the pickoffs. And they cannot afford to defend their towers. But if they can hold on with being 7,500 gold behind, then they're in good shape. Because then the moment that they start taking towers, they will start getting ahead. And disregarding that zero line. The zero line, when that happens, lies on the 7,500 mark. Because they were able to keep themselves at even grounds with MUFC with having all these towers down. And then all the gold that they're gonna get from that point onward, as Winter's in a lot of trouble, actually gets bashed, netted up by Enchantress. That's gonna be a kill right there. Unfortunately no track, but a good kill nonetheless. But if Impervious can hold on with this gold lead, all the gold that they will pick up from that point onward is all gonna be extra. Mechanism almost done by Ling. We already have the mechanism, of course, by the OD. Let's take a look at some more items here, as we are going to see a smoke here for the ganking duo. And they're going to be hopefully going into the dire jungle, maybe supporting some on Sharky, because Sharky might be in some trouble. Razor making his way over as well. Enchantress might get forced into the hands of the Vengeful Spirit. Hello! And there's going to be Enchantress dead. Nice fast pick off. Maybe not really what you want to use your smoke for, but it might be enough to set up for a push on the last outer tower. Tier 2 tower. Wave Blue building towards Drum, still quite a way off. Ninja Boogie, knowing that he can't defend top, will try to take down Winter here. In comes a Janata perhaps? No, they're not gonna do it anymore. Ninja Boogie going for a BKB. No surprise, it's a bit of a standard item for the troll. Kyo. Well, what can you say about his items? BKB also built by the OD. Which is good because he needs one BKB because of the harassment that comes out from MUFC. But at the same time, who is going to be doing the damage here for Impervious? Is it going to be the safe lane farmer? No, because that if he was that, then he would be building intellect items rather than just building defensive items, like a BKB. But he is now quite far behind in terms of gold compared to the highest two of MUFC.
I'm not even sure why I'm so mad.
Juggernaut, level 3 healing ward. Juggernaut is a hero that we sometimes see in combination with the Lone Druid. And wait a second, Enchantress already picked up, and Impervious, they cannot do anything. They just have to stand back and wait and hope that MUFC will leave. Here comes an Omni Slash. Ninja Boogie will end up getting forced back to the fountain. Might actually die. Yep, there he goes. That's gonna be another kill. Go on the way of MUFC. We're 14 minutes into this game. And MUFC is making it look like a walk in the park right here, just going high ground. Well, that's normally a thing that so many teams struggle with, which is why I brought up the Lone Druid, because he's one of the heroes that allows you to go high ground real easy. Same thing goes for Juggernaut. Slow up on Yamate. Yamate is also still building for BKB and towards Drums at the same time. Doesn't have anything complete just yet, though. In comes a Hand of Gold, keeping him up. Stomp up on 2. Earth Splitter comes in as well. It's already too late for the Enchantress, because he's already dead. Looking for maybe more. Kyo and Wraith Blue forced back into their fountain. Same thing goes for Insidious C. And at this point, I mean, the healing ward will be there again in 33 seconds. There's going to be a mechanism up again in 6. And why would MUFC back out from the base? It's basically that. They are getting kills, they're getting towers, they're not getting forced out at all. There's your mechanism again. And MUFC, I'd say just rotate mid and continue on, because there's really nothing they can do, as Razor just takes down Kyo again right before he makes, or he gets sent back home by the Chen. TPs himself back to the tier 1 tower, because he can do that, because his tower basically unharmed tower. Not unharmed, but still standing strong. And another tower standing, and that's gonna be GG. 16-minute GG! Impervious getting utterly destroyed. Now I know that they just came from a LAN where they got, well, they played in a best of 5 kind of show match where they had to play all 5 matches, and they lost all 5 up against First Departure. But this is kinda sad. And be that maybe MUFC was just playing really good, but Impervious is not playing all that well themselves. Well, thank you for watching anyway. Of course, this was a game in the Rapture Gaming League group stages. And for an hour and 15 minutes, or there's not going to be any real competitive Dota to watch, I believe. At 1800 though, which is in an hour and 15 minutes, 1800 CEST time, there is going to be 3 games starting at the same time, 2 of which are going to be on Daily Motion for the ESWC European Qualifier, and the other one is going to start on Beyond the Summit with Fnatic taking on Scary Faces for We Play Group D. So, that is going to be a Dota that you can watch. Anyway, thank you for being here. Of course, shout out to Nahaz, who was able to do some stats, even though it was a very short time to be doing some stats for us. One of the faster games that we've seen for the Rapture Gaming League, unfortunately. And, well, yeah, thank you for being here. Sorry that it wasn't really an even game, but anyways, we're out. Oh, make sure to follow, subscribe, and like on my Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, all under the name of Shiver Gaming. Of course, also follow me on this Twitch account that you see right now, because it does actually help. Oh well, here we go.